Have you ever felt lost, wondering, who am I? Why am I here? Is there a God, Buddha, or is the answer something else? If you've asked these questions, you're not alone. Many people feel confused or stuck searching for answers. What if I told you Buddhism offers a different way? One that brings peace and clarity without needing a creator God. In this video, we'll explore why Buddhists don't believe in God, like many religions do, and how this perspective can help you find inner peace. Stay tuned. Let's discover it together. Imagine you wake up one morning and instead of waiting for someone like a superhero or a wizard to come save you, you realize you have all the tools to figure life out. Cool, right? That's exactly how Buddhism works. It doesn't focus on a big, all-powerful creator God who controls everything from above. Instead, it says, hey, the answers are inside you. Buddha wasn't a prophet or a god. He was just a regular guy, like you and me, who wanted to understand why life feels so tough sometimes. He didn't waste time asking, is there a God? Instead, he asked, why do we suffer? And how can we stop it? And guess what? He found that the power to change your life is already within you. No divine intervention needed, just self-discovery and action. Think about it this way. Have you ever played a video game where you're the main character? You make choices, solve puzzles, and level up. Life in Buddhism is kind of like that. There's no game master controlling your moves. You're the player, and every decision you make shapes your journey. But wait, if there's no God watching over us, then who or what explains why life feels so hard sometimes? Let's dive deeper into the real villain of life, suffering. Let's pause for a second. Think about the last time something went wrong in your life. Maybe you failed a test, lost a friend, or felt lonely. Did you blame God? Or did you feel like life just wasn't fair? Buddha had a name for that feeling. It's called dukkha, which means suffering. Here's the kicker. Buddha didn't say, suffering comes from God punishing us. Nope. He said it happens because of three things: desire, wanting stuff; attachment, holding on to things too tightly; and ignorance, not seeing reality clearly. For example, when you really want a toy but can't have it, that craving makes you unhappy. That's dukkha in action. Now, imagine you're holding a balloon. If you squeeze it too hard, it pops. That's what happens when we cling to things. Relationships, jobs, even ideas. We create pain for ourselves. But here's the good news. Buddha taught that suffering has an off switch. And the best part? You've got to flip it yourself. There's no divine savior coming to rescue you. It's all about understanding your mind and actions. Okay, so if there's no God judging us, then how does the universe keep track of our actions? Enter karma, the ultimate scorekeeper. Ever heard someone say, what goes around comes around? That's basically karma in a nutshell. But in Buddhism, karma isn't just about bad luck or revenge. It's way deeper than that. Karma is the idea that every thought, word, and action creates ripples in the universe. These ripples shape your future experiences, whether in this life or the next. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. If you plant kindness, you'll grow happiness. If you plant anger, you'll harvest pain. And here's the best part. There's no heavenly judge keeping score. You are the gardener of your own life. Pretty empowering, right? But let's make it even simpler. Imagine you're playing a board game. Every move you make affects where you land on the board. Good moves get you closer to winning, while bad moves might set you back. Karma works the same way. It's not about punishment, it's about cause and effect. What you do today shapes tomorrow. But here's the million-dollar question. If there's no permanent soul carrying these karmic seeds, then who or what are we really? Let's unravel the mystery of the self. Close your eyes for a moment. Who are you? Is it your name, your face, your memories? Now imagine that all those things are like clouds floating across the sky. They come and go, but they're not the real you. In Buddhism, the idea of a fixed, unchanging self is seen as an illusion. Instead, we're more like rivers, constantly flowing and changing. Every moment, you're different from the one before. Sounds wild, doesn't it? But here's the beauty of it. Once you let go of clinging to this fake me, you open yourself up to freedom. Freedom from fear, from labels, from limitations. Let's use a fun analogy. Imagine you're building a Lego tower. Each brick represents a part of your identity, your job, your hobbies, your relationships. But what happens if you take away a brick? The tower changes, but it's still standing. That's how Buddhism sees the self. It's always shifting, never fixed. So, if there's no solid you, how do you even start figuring out who you truly are? The answer lies in one of the most powerful tools in Buddhism: meditation. Imagine wearing dirty glasses. Everything looks blurry, right? Now take them off, and bam, the world becomes crystal clear. That's what meditation does in Buddhism's. It helps you clean the lenses of your mind so you can see reality as it truly is. When you meditate, you learn to watch your thoughts without getting caught up in them. It's like sitting by a riverbank and watching leaves float by. You notice them, but you don't grab them. Over time, this practice helps you break free from old habits, fears, and illusions. And guess what? Peace isn't something you find outside. It's something you uncover inside. Let's make it relatable. Think about brushing your teeth. You do it every day to keep your mouth clean, right? Meditation is like brushing your mind. It clears away the mental junk, stress, worries, distractions, so you can think clearly and feel calm. But here's the twist. Buddhism doesn't ask you to blindly trust anything. Nope. It actually encourages the opposite. Ready to become a spiritual detective? What if I told you that questioning everything is the key to spiritual growth? Crazy, right? Well, that's exactly what Buddha taught in the Kalama Sutta. He said, "Don't believe something just because it's written in a holy book, preached by a teacher, or repeated by everyone else. Test it for yourself." This is huge. Most religions ask you to follow their rules without doubting, but Buddhism flips the script. It says, be curious, investigate, find out what's true for you. It's like learning to swim. You won't get better just by reading about swimming. You've got to jump in the water. Here's a fun way to think about it. Imagine you're a detective solving a mystery. You don't accept clues at face value. You check them out, gather evidence, and piece things together. That's how Buddhism wants you to approach life. Ask questions, experiment, and discover the truth for yourself. And here's the coolest part. When you question everything, you unlock your greatest superpower: inner wisdom. Want to know how? Now we're getting to the heart of Buddhism. Inner wisdom. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you believe in God, gods, or nothing at all. What matters is waking up to your own potential. In Buddhism, Everyone has the ability to reach enlightenment or nirvana. Nirvana isn't a magical place in the clouds. It's a state of peace and freedom right here, right now. It's like putting out the fire of suffering and living fully in the present moment. And here's the secret sauce. You are the only one who can light that spark. There's no savior, angel, or deity doing it for you. All the tools you need are already inside you. Sure, the journey might be tough. It takes discipline, patience, and courage. But every step is worth it. Let's wrap this up with a superhero analogy. Imagine you're Spider-Man. At first, you don't know how to use your powers. You trip, you fall, you mess up. But over time, you learn to swing through the city like a pro. In Buddhism, your superpower is your inner wisdom. It's always been there. You just need to practice using it. So, what's the big takeaway here? Buddhism offers a fresh perspective on God, spirituality, and life itself. It invites us to look inward, challenge assumptions, and take responsibility for our choices. Whether you're religious, atheist, or somewhere in between, these teachings can inspire you to live with more awareness and purpose. If you enjoyed this storytelling adventure and want to dive deeper, drop a comment below. What intrigues you most about Buddhism? Together, we can keep exploring this amazing path. Until next time, stay curious and shine bright.